That was a really long intro
Hi.
because she does a lot of shit, Amanda. You really do. So
Yeah.
so shout outs.
Um. Hi.
All right.
These are my friends.
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
like Mortal Kombat.
We do like Mortal Kombat, and there has been a lot to take in this first week of Mortal Kombat 11. That let's just start with our first impressions. If you guys would like to, putting in the disc for the first time and seeing what this game was about. What was your guys' first impressions? And I guess it could be anything, whether it was online multiplayer, single player, campaign, story, Towers of Time, or Crypt. What were your guys' first thoughts on MK11? Go, Jer, take it away.
The first thing I did when I got the game on Tuesday was no, I
Imagine.
imagine no, but
Wait.
so I don't know. I labbed a little bit just to like feel the game, but the first thing I did was really play story mode, and I wanted to be a casual since I didn't get the game on Tuesday and I had extra time. That and the Crypt were like two things that kind of blew me away. The Crypt is like god, like last Friday, like not last Friday, whenever it was, me and Ryan spent like way too long doing
Oh, it
Crypt.
was a solid 2 hours in
Yeah.
Discord, just running around the crypt and
Yeah.
like, trying to find items. Yeah.
Yeah, those are my first impressions of like the game before like actual gameplay and stuff.
I'm actually playing in the Crypt as you're talking right now. I just want you to know that.
Good.
I mean, it's pretty odd. It's literally my favorite part about the game so far. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did story mode first as well because I was really interested in Frost, and like I knew at the time that you had to complete the first 4 chapters of story mode to be able to get Frost. So I kind of like went through everything, got to chapter 4, beat chapter 4, got Frost, immediately went to the lab, hated Frost, and then learned a new character.
Wow.
I hated her. I was so excited to play her, and she looked so cool, and I absolutely hate everything about her except the way she looks. So she just doesn't mesh with me as like a player like my style, which was super annoying. But the other thing I did was that regardless of like what I was doing in practice mode, I picked a different stage every time because I wanted to see all of them, and they are godlike. They're absolutely godlike. But we'll get into the stages later.
Oh, I was
But
going to
that's
touch on
really
that,
it.
and that what blows my mind real quick is that I find myself not selecting a stage because I'm okay with all of them.
Yeah, I love all the
Yeah.
stages.
I think my favorite's the Shiryu Fire Garden.
Yeah,
So,
that's the god stage. That and Wuxi
Yeah.
Dragon Grotto are my favorite
also
stages.
the tournament stage. too.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yep.
The tournament stage is godlike. I love it. And Sea of Blood is my favorite.
My favorite is the Sea of Blood as well, and it's not just because my name is Mr. Aquaman. It actually might be. There's a giant fish. It's absolutely the sea is absolutely gorgeous. I mean,
It's so
What's-
cool.
what's not to love?
What is the fucking the
Yeah, man. What's the
thing
fucking
the fucking
from Jurassic Park?
oh yeah.
Oh,
hourglass?
Name of that stage.
hourglass,
Hourglass.
prehistoric, yeah.
So sick. I love that one.
My first impressions was like similar. So I went into the story mode first, did that. It was very emotional, really good. NRS always never is unsatisfactory in their story delivery, that's for sure. And then I hit the lab with Cassie Cage, and she's pretty cool. And
Sorry.
she's all right. Yeah,
Imagine.
she's good. And yeah, then I waited for the day one patch, and just everyone out there who's like, oh, so and so got nerfed. You may think it's a nerf, but like a day one patch, the purpose of it is that that's just like how it was supposed to be on release. It's
Yeah.
just there's a certain deadline that the people run out of before a lot of those balance changes can make it in. So they do the day one patch because they have to ship the game out on time, and they know that they can still add their changes in like even after the game shipped with that technology. So the way it is now is the way it was meant to be balanced. And so if a character sucks, it's not because they were nerfed, it's because that is what they intended. And if that character is weak for now, they're weak, and hopefully they'll get buffs in the future when there's probably. I'm hoping it's like Evo, or I'm hoping it's like the pattern in Injustice 2. I felt like they didn't balance too much. I felt like it was appropriate. Like they waited till after Evo for the first patch. So
Yeah.
that's my take.
Well, I mean, speaking of balance, I think the game's in a good state right now. I am one of the biggest advocates of saying that Gary is like way too fucking strong right now, and I understand it's super early. It also doesn't take a brain surgeon to see when a character has virtually no holes in his move list.
Yep.
But the game is super balanced. I think that, like
Ashy Larry.
I've heard a lot of people like in my streams say, you know, like, oh, who do I think the worst character in the game is? And like I'll say a name. If I think it's the worst character in the game, it doesn't make that character bad. It just makes them the worst out of all of these other characters. Like, I even think the worst character in the game right now can't compete at a competitive level. I really do believe that. Everyone says Raiden's like one of the worst next to Devora, but I've seen like good Raiden players play that character, and it's good. And I'm not like a stranger to that character. I understand the holes in that character's play style. They still play him really well. Like, there's ways around holes in play styles.
Did you say
But
can?
Gary's an issue.
Did you say can or can't compete?
Can. I think Raiden
Okay,
can compete. I don't know. I'm able to say I don't know enough about Devora to say the same thing. I have no idea what that character's about.
Did you play like the crack version of Devora?
No.
Okay, so I played cracked version of Devora and then toned down version of Devora, and it's like night and day. Like she
Really?
looks like she like moves in molasses in this game right now.
I
So
remember
like
you telling me that, and I didn't
yeah, like I
understand
was
what you were
playing
talking about.
Hayate, and dude, I was getting 50-50 for free, like on like the Friday or whatever. But then when the patch hit, yo, that bitch got squashed, dude. Like that was it.
Let that be a lesson.
Now they just got to take care of Gary, and then everything's fine.
I think that should be a lesson to all the, and there are a couple of this call, you know, tournament players that are trying to get that edge early when, you know, you're getting something that may not be what even is something you should be learning or even trying to learn.
I think everyone should always expect a day one patch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
for
the
sure.
thing is that we did, and I thought, I mean, my ignorant ass kind of like came up with like this whole conspiracy theory that day one patches were actually a failsafe for those that might get the game early, so they don't have a competitive edge. You know, they might play a character and the game would be completely different. I super far reach, but like that's actually what I believed.
It's
I know that's
Dulcim
not
reach.
true now, but I mean, but that's what I thought, and I mean, lo and behold, there are characters that, you know, you were playing pre-hotfix. You know, Frost was literally Aquaman with that blade spin being safe and doing 12% shit. It was unreal. And then you had Devora, like you just talked about, being a 50-50 machine.
Jax.
Jax with a -7 mid dash punch.
What was it, like +6 or whatever knee? Like
Yeah, a +6 forward
Collector
4.
block infinite.
Yeah,
Collector Infinites. Yeah, but like Infinites, I knew was going to get patched up. But I looked at these other characters. And I'm like, wait, just a minute. I'm like, some of these characters.
Total have a vortex. He had like forward 4 or something like that, or forward 3 into command grab.
I heard something about that.
Yeah, they nerf. Well, they
changed his grab.
They changed that, yeah.
Yeah. So my first impressions of the game were getting the game on time, bringing it home, immediately firing up a stream. And my intention was to do story mode first, but then like 100 maniacs in my chat said, "Play Kotal Car, let's see it." You guys, by the way. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just get right into the lab with Kotal Khan. And it was really cool to have that new experience of learning a character, seeing the frame data, kind of piecing together combos, piecing together everything about him, and then really going through a couple characters that night. And that's really all I did was just kind of, you know, and that's what a lot of competitive players do when they get their first hands on it, is that they pick a character that they think that they are going to main based on what they've seen prior hand, and then they go straight into the lab and try to learn everything about them as possible, because it's a lot to take in. You've taken in at least, 200 numbers, maybe more, in a single sit down. It's absolutely crazy to think and comprehend. But that's what I did with the game. Was I went in and actually labbed and started learning a little bit about the training mode options and what Kotal Khan's about. And turns out he's not about much of that life. But we'll get into that a little bit later on. So that's my first impressions. I really enjoy the music of the game. I really enjoy a whole lot of again, this is all part of our first impressions. I really enjoyed the music. I really enjoyed the menu. I did not like that everything was tied to online because the network did go down on launch night for a couple hours.
Yeah.
And everything is attached to it. So even when you did that, you couldn't go into the crypt. You couldn't go into any towers. You're pretty much stuck. And it's still that way to this day. So that's a little bit of a negative. You know, there was a big scare today of even hotfixes getting unpatched. And I think that's a bit of an issue that I guess we can get into a little bit later on. But on to the next thing, which is just what are you guys' impressions of the entire cast of the game? The stages, which we luckily touched on already. Balance we've touched on kind of a bit. And kind of everything from single player to a multiplayer experience about the game. What are you guys' likes or dislikes?
I like
Amanda,
the single
you want
player.
to start, or
I'll go.
Let's go.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. I mean,
I'll go
whatever.
after.
Okay. So like, I don't really play single player games very often. So Mortal Kombat, especially for fighting games, because fighting game story modes are trash. Let's be honest.
Sure, real quick.
Yo.
Because one of the people in my chat just reminded me. Launch night ran a Chronica in a tower, and that bitch was nuts. And when she didn't turn it. I don't know if she turned into him, but when she sent a T-Rex after me and stomped my ass, blew my mind. And when she did her fatality, my jaw dropped for 20 seconds.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
See her fatality, dude.
I still haven't seen it. I'm just saying, I still haven't seen
My
the fatality.
jaw
YouTube's that
dropped
shit.
for at least 20 seconds before I realized, fuck. Anyways, that was also part of my first impressions was running into
I
Chronica.
low-key want to search this up while you guys keep talking.
You should. It's so good.
Alright, keep going.
Okay, yeah, but
just do it.
for single player, I mean, I love the story mode. I'll probably never play it again because I don't care that much to play a fighting game story mode again. Like before this game came out, I rewatched MK9 and MKX because I forgot what happened.
I actually did that too, and it was actually really cool to just watch.
Yeah, it was fun. So like, it was a good recap. Then I got salty because you see Smoke and MKX as like an end run, and they don't do anything with it. Whatever, it doesn't matter. But
it's okay. That's what this podcast is all about. Is if you're a little bit salty about something, let it out.
Yeah, that's about it. Multiplayer wise,
look at his face.
Yeah, for real.
Yo,
Emo boy.
You get cooked, dude.
she's literally killing you
Forever. Ryan,
Back and forth forever.
You're actually being fatalitied forever.
That's crazy, actually.
That's such a great concept for a fatality.
I'm telling you right now, if Chronica was playable and you're at a tournament you have the chance to sit there at that screen, I would 100% sit there as long as possible.
Of course.
That is fucking sick.
I will never forget the last time something like that was in our games, which was like Jax getting Babality in MK9, where or like Quan Chi's fatality was busting him with the leg. But I'll never forget the Babality one, because all you hear is Jax's arm just go bam, bam, bam.
Oh yeah,
bam, forever. The whole time that
you guys need to go back in time a little bit more. MK4, Quan Chi's leg beatdown fatality. You could sit there at the screen the whole. He's literally just beating you with your leg for as long as you want him to. It's great.
Which was reprised in 9, which was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
very true.
Please continue. But yeah, that
multiplayer's got multiplayer's got I don't know, I don't know how many. I think I've played 30 hours or 35 hours this past week or something, and that says a lot for somebody that works 10-hour days at a job that I don't have that much time to play after work. The sickest low-key multiplayer experience in this is when me, Ryan, and Juan fought that cracked out Sub-Zero in the tower, dude.
Dude,
so
yo,
that is a really cool like co-op experience for a fighting game. Are those kind of boss battles where you can invite your friends in? That's actually something really cool to touch on that I don't think a lot of people know about.
Yeah, they used to do that in Injustice. You could do that actually.
I don't
I
know.
don't.
I thought it was funny as hell because I was sitting there trying to be. I'm like, this is not possible. Like, there's no way this is possible. And then we all like, it was you, me, and Toxin got in the lobby to do that, and we found out you could do assist when you're not playing, and it was like the easiest thing ever. After we tried forever.
Yeah, we tried for like a good 30 minutes of all of us just trying to like kill her, and then we're like, wait, Ryan is sitting there with Cetrion zoning. I'm throwing like Molina Sai out. Juan is like shooting tidal waves and shit.
Oh my god.
And
When
we're
he
all,
said
like,
my
popping
when he
off.
said my waves were on point, I was like thinking of like hair waves. I was
Wave
like,
chat?
what?
Oh, it was so
Toxin in
funny.
the chat. His attack Toxin saying my waves were on point.
Even though I'll never forget, Toxin definitely screwed over Jur because Jur used Cassie and got a restand, and then Toxin used the wave, and then Jur definitely just got like combo once in the death because he got knocked away from his
Wow.
Shit happened.
That was
Apparently,
so funny.
apparently you're gonna win Evo, Big D. That's what chat says.
Ooh.
Oh, the
winning.
pressure's
Ooh.
on.
Pressure is
I'm
on.
not, I'm not winning anything. You need to get that out of your head.
But yeah, that's my stuff. Somebody else could take it away. The game's got like.
Yeah. So, one thing I really liked about the game was the lighting. You know, we came from Injustice 2 where a lot of the complaints with levels were how dark they were. And I think this game does a really good job at having really well put together, well lit stages this time around. Like you said earlier, I loved the Shiryu Fire Garden. I think aesthetically that's one of like the most beautiful levels that are in the game. Other things I liked, obviously the gameplay. I love that they kept a lot of the stuff that worked in previous games for like training mode, like the recording your AI and everything. Like I always thought that system worked really well for like labbing different things. I also there's a new feature actually in the lab that they added in that I don't think that they had in before that helps you test the character blocks that high. I forget the name of it, but there's a new option for your AI under like block options
I
that was
haven't
not in
checked
previous
that.
games. Also the different customized stuff. I love all the different skins. I think that like it, and now especially with the hotfix today with the crypt, and all the stuff being easier to obtain now, it's awesome. Like I think that the interactiveness of the crypt now is better than ever.
For sure.
And the netcode seems really good. So can't complain about that. I've had a couple weirdo like connections with Wi-Fiers that I've gotten connected to in ranked, but overall, that's the stuff I enjoy. Things I don't like is I hate going into online games and you get like a lot of people like there's obviously ways to deal with it, but it's easier offline than online is like dealing with people mashing like down 1 and down 2 against you at random
That we
moments.
talked about long before the game came out, and then
Yeah, it's better than it was.
yeah.
But
I actually got some blowback from some certain people in the scene about that, and then right after launch, guess what I got in the DMs and tagged on Twitter about? Oh, dude, I actually agree about the pokes.
yeah,
I'm not gonna name names.
Right.
They know.
some people just they just abuse the shit out of that. I mean, why wouldn't they, especially online? Other things I guess I
That's also
don't like as much as in the crypt, the camera, like the way the camera is, like you.
It's really
It feels-
close.
Yeah.
When
a
you're,
couple
when you're
times.
not sprinting, you're
Yeah.
it's like way too close.
Yeah.
No, I haven't really had an issue with that, but I can understand it is pretty close. It just I don't really have an issue with that. I have
Yeah.
a lot of other issues with the crypt.
But,
that's
well,
all I
there's
know.
like likes and dislikes. I mean, that's like
Yeah.
dislike. I do love the narrative voice being Shang Tsung. I think that's sick.
It's sick.
Yeah.
And also the announcer voices you get, like you can have like Shao Kahn and Chronica.
Mhm.
I think that's really cool.
Is there any others besides those two? I have no
Mm.
idea.
I don't
I
know.
think it's just them that we know, and the
At
regular
least
one.
for now, that's
Yeah.
Yeah, I
yeah.
bet you that's content they might add in the future or something. That'd be cool if they did,
I could
because I
see
think
that.
people like those.
I
Yeah,
think it's
for
pretty
sure.
cool. I've heard both of them. I like how they look. I just prefer the original. I don't know. It's just so much.
I also don't know if there's more brutalities in the game or not. Like it seems like almost every character has like some kind of throw brutality, but like I noticed that Scarlet right now, like her regular like loadout I have, it doesn't have her throw fatality. It only has or throw brutality. It only has like one with the blood ball and uppercut.
Interesting. There's
Hmm.
But
probably more in there somewhere.
she had a throw one in the beta. That she
Yeah.
did.
I think you just have to find it in the crypt or something like that. Because I've unlocked a ton of stuff in the crypt, and I'll get into that in a sec. But like Noob Saibot, I have 2 alone right now, 2 brutalities. One from a forward throw, one from a back throw. One requires mercy, one doesn't. Like I have a lot of shit.
I already have 5 for Cetrion.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Fuck you. I only have like 2.
I have
Yeah.
none for Casty, if that
I
says
have
anything.
one
But I have
for-
Kung Lao ones.
I have one off of a. Oh no! I have her forward grab brutality, back grab brutality, and anti-air rock brutality. Which
I
is
have
sick, by the
I have
way.
the anti rock one. I have the one where you have to amplify the fire move, which I haven't done these yet. I actually just unlocked them.
There's a brutality. Wait,
Yeah.
There's a brutality with that. That's
Yeah,
kind of
hey,
sick.
I'll try and record after this and show you.
Okay, yeah.
And there's another one that is off of her. I'll actually look up here real quick. But is there anything else, Amanda?
No, I'm
with
good. We can pass it.
Okay.
Okay.
Real quick, I'll touch on it as well. In that, the characters, I've seen a couple people say this, but sometimes I look at the character select screen and I do kind of feel a little bit underwhelmed sometimes. So I will put that out there. You know,
Underwhelmed is in. What do you mean?
I don't like I don't find myself wanting to touch probably most of the cast.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's because of a personal vendetta against the characters or if it's because I've seen some of them so many times, like, you know, all the Kung Lao, Katana, Liu Kang, all those guys. And I don't know if that's it or if I'm just not in love with some of the characters that they've added gameplay-wise, but so sometimes I do feel that, sometimes I don't. I'm enjoying picking up a lot of different characters to try to learn to cast with. The Towers of Time, the Crypt, the regular towers, and even just playing online, I like that every single thing that you do in this game leads back to you getting some form of currency to get towards the crypt, to try to get skins, to try to get gear. And the Towers of Time, the fact that you can make your own one for a certain character, even though some of the requirements are devastatingly hard, and not in the gameplay, but in getting 75 brutalities and 75 fatalities with your character is pretty savage. But, you know, at the end of the day, if you grind it, you will have gotten rewarded for the crypt as well, because you get all that currency and you get all these things that, you know, once you get that level and you get the gear that you want, you can go to the crypt and get all this other gear as well. So it's almost a win-win no matter what you do when you're grinding the single-player aspect of the game, which I really enjoy. I even enjoyed before the complaints, even though I think that most of the complaints really came down to the fact that some of the modifiers in the Towers of Time were just absolutely ludicrous.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like that was about it. I didn't run into too many issues other than the Blizzard one. That one I thought was kind of absolutely broken.
Oh yeah.
But-
Dude, you talking about like the little snowflakes that come
Yeah.
down and like you get hit by
Infinitely-
3 of them and you get frozen?
Infinitely come down and
So
infinitely freeze
stupid.
you. Yeah, that one was a lot of fun to deal with. Also, and there's of course the infamous tweet by Big D of Shao Kahn one-tapping him, which is absolutely beautiful. I mean, I
Bro.
wouldn't even be mad at that point. That's some,
Okay.
that's
So
some
the
OG
little bit of
shit right
backstory, the little bit of backstory before I get into like what I liked and what I disliked. I was doing that tower. That was the first time I ever tried that tower. I lost the first round, but like it was like I guess I wasn't paying attention to my light bar. I didn't realize like what the requirements were. Like he does massive damage when he has that fire buff on. So like I was blocking shit and I got hit by something. I died. I was like, all right, whatever. And so I'm like trying to play back. I saw he has like the armor, and then I did the down 4, and he just jumped in the air and he just I blocked that, by the way. Just want to throw that out there. I blocked that. and I got brutality. I jumped out of my chair because it freaked me out. Like the sound was super loud, and like I got brutality and one hit. I had full health. I lost my shit, and Adrian Vendetta was in my room, and we were cracking up at what just happened. I was like, I have to say this. Like, it was too funny. We laughed for 10 minutes as I'm just sitting there. And the peak of it was when Shao Kahn told me I sucked after I died in one hit.
Yep.
I just thought that was like so fucking ironic.
Oh,
But
that's
I thought it
absolutely
was
fantastic.
awesome. My gripes, likes and dislikes, because me and Jer, we had the game early. I'm not gonna like hide that or anything. We had it early. We were like playing
Fucking Illuminati.
I know.
Yeah, that's right.
Crazy. Like I said, the land of crack addicts and homeless people. You know, you find a way down in the heart of Miami.
There's just shout out to French people. That's it.
I liked a lot of the things about it. Graphically, the game is beautiful. I mean, we can all agree with that. Stages and all that, music is great. Going into what I don't like, because there's a lot more that I like than what I dislike, but things that I don't like how a lot of the stuff I didn't like in the beta is still there. I don't like how strong deep jump kicks are. I really don't like breakaways still. I think something needs to be done there. Whether or not defensive meter comes back a lot slower after you use a breakaway, like to make the cost just that much more technically. Other than that, gameplay wise, everything's cool. Crypt wise, I don't like how expensive everything is. I really don't. And I've spent more time in Timeless Towers and Classic Towers than probably anyone else in this community right now. And I've farmed a lot. I mean, a lot. I've spent more time doing that than I have been playing like real sets, and that's a real fact. I still can't afford a lot of shit, especially with hearts and soul coins. I still can't afford a lot of it. I'm almost at 10k soul coins to where I can buy that one fucking chest in the Deadwoods area. I'm not going to give any spoilers because it's at the beginning. But it shouldn't take me this long to do something like that. And I've been told whatever's in that chest, I need that to progress. So either we need to be able to get coins a lot easier, then even more so than what we're doing now, or they need to reduce the price a little bit.
Imagine getting
complaining
500,000
that a
coins.
week taking something to do.
500,000 coins does absolute
long
dick
time,
when you need
big
soul
deal.
coins, and then but that's what I'm saying is like it takes a long ass time, and God forbid TOs need to have a bunch of fatalities and brutalities unlocked for their stream. They gotta start grinding because there's no option to get all that shit now.
Grind on those 20 PS4s, baby.
It's like insane, dude.
I think that there definitely should have been an unlock all, or everything should have been unlocked in tournament mode, just for competitive. And I think that they dropped the ball on a couple of things competitive wise. Offline, the fact that the PS4 has to be online. I know for a fact that they're working on that.
Yeah, they're working on it.
That's a really big deal. And the second thing for even online events, and having talked to a developer directly about it, they said that it was just at the end of the day a little too hard to implement for them in particular, which was the ability to kick someone out of a King of the Hill online. Which a lot of other games do have, and I find absolutely incredible.
Aquaman, you need to give somebody a mod in your chat right now.
Yeah, give me a mod in your chat.
Get rid of this fucking clown in the chat.
My bad. Later, buddy.
There you go.
Have a nice time.
Fucking. I'm gonna stop.
Anyways,
Go on.
go on.
Anyways,
Sorry, just needed to let you know.
Yep. So having talked to a dev directly, that's something that was really hard for them to implement. Which running an online event can be very, very great to have. Is just to kick someone out of your lobby that either forgot to leave, or, if like one guy shows up and you have to get a next match in because someone didn't show up, then you just kick them out and start the next match apparently. But yeah, so those are some gripes I have, and about the more competitive aspect of it, I guess, and which leads us directly into competitive. If you guys want to talk about it, which is the tournament variations themselves.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Are you guys okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. This might. What? What did I miss?
Nothing. It's literally me and Ryan have talked so much now.
Yeah.
It's come down to where if Ryan makes like a noise or an expression, it makes me laugh a lot. So his reaction to that in the chat is really fun. Okay, so go on.
No, and then he laughs, and then his laugh makes me laugh. It's go on, sorry.
You guys are a cute couple.
You know that.
We are.
Anyways, so for tournament variations, this might be a hot take because it seems like a lot of the
Do it.
community is saying
We
that
need
they
it.
want
Let's hear it.
a lot of the community seems like they want multiple custom variations. I don't want that. I think that that's a balanced nightmare, especially for like the NRS QA, and having been in the NRS QA, I totally think that it's reasonable with the game like having just come out that there's only 2 for now, because they probably had the most time to look into these 2 variations for each character. And even now, like, there are people complaining about like certain characters either being too strong or like not strong enough. So like if you just throw more variations into that, that can completely make it even worse. So I think until they have the opportunity as time goes by to further like balance and give suggestions to like Paulo for final balance, for that, I think that the 2 variations is more than like reasonable. And they'll also be able to collect data to see how much people are using one variation over the other. Like they're I would assume their goal is that you will use variations in different cases even. So I'm interested to see how it plays out. Like obviously too, like playing Cassie, like I think the better variations clearly the military soldier, digital soldier one or whatever, where she has the kneecap and move. But I also think that the other one's viable. It's just I don't think it's as good as the other one.
Yeah, like
I can agree with that.
I didn't want to like touch on that because I play the character, but the only thing I can really say is like, don't give a character a useless move. Like for Cassie specifically, her second variation, whatever it's called, the one with the like orb explosion, that variation is fine, except the only combo she gets off of that when it hits is off of a back 1, and you have 2 frames to hit it, which is kind of a problem.
It's a really tight frame.
And that's the only way she combos. Whereas in the other variation, she just hit confirms into the low gunshot, which is good. Air gunshot is like whatever, and the flip out thing is actual trash, and I'd rather have nothing in its place because sometimes I get flip out instead of nut punch, which is like stupid. Other than that, I mean, like variations are fine the way they are. Like people say that they want customs, but that like it's one of the situations where they don't want customs because something will be broke and then they'll complain and then
I think
endless cycle.
I think that they want customs just so they can find, again, what's going to come down to probably just one thing, like whatever works best. At the end of the day, is what we're going to see in tournament, regardless. No matter what. And I know, I don't know if it's going to be implemented, but I know that Paulo himself has talked about there being 2 to possibly even 3 tournament variations while they flush things out. It's going to be character dependent. They're going to make changes to them, guys. These are not like they're going to be final. And I saw a really cool idea out of nowhere, which I don't know if I think it's a good idea. At the time, I was like, that might be kind of cool. But the more I think about it, I'm like, I don't know if that's going to be kind of cool. But then it might be kind of cool, which is that maybe variations are going to change if it comes down to like seasons. Like what if your character
that'd be cool
variations changed each season of the Pro League, you know?
That's literally what I said the last episode.
Yeah.
I said I made the reference to Dota, how every season they change a bunch of characters. I said that is the way to go about it. So now this season or whatever it is, you know, they start here, they end with a pro finale, whatever they have planned, doesn't matter. Next season, they're right before the season starts, they're gonna send out another patch where everybody's tournament variations are gonna have different abilities. That's gonna leave room to learn new combos, learn new frame data, learn new setups, learn new matchups,
learn new
changing
characters.
up the tier list. It's literally going to be almost like a brand new game. That is the way to do it, not adding custom fucking abilities. Because the way that that's going to happen is that everyone's going to have the most broken ass character, and then, you know, all those Cabal players from the beta are struggling to find a main because they wanted custom variations of something that will cover every single ability
And that character's
and
still dumb
option
as shit, by the way.
on the spectrum. It is still very good, but it's not as good as they want it, and
correct.
that's why they want custom variation. I've
Yeah.
been around competing long enough to know that majority of the people, not everybody, majority of the people want as many tools as they can to succeed, then they'll take care of the rest. That can't happen. That's why this needs to be set with tournament presets, and that's just how it is. But that workaround where you change variations every season, I think that's the way to go.
And
It doesn't even have to be every season. It could be every few months, whatever. Whatever they decide to do.
Like I said, they have this time now where they're in the streams, like whether it's Paulo, Nicastro,
Right.
John Edwards, those guys, they're all like probably in the streams, like watching and seeing how these things work. All the QA people like probably watch the streams, like 16-bit and them, and they're watching and seeing, and they know what they need to suggest to Paulo, or Paulo knows what changes he needs to make based off of what he sees at these tournaments. So it's really important too to have like these tournaments and everything coming up streamed and whatnot, because that ultimately allows them to collect the best data possible. And that's how this game is going to be the best it can be, honestly.
I agree.
which if you want to segue right into tournaments, that'd be a great segue right there. I think I had one last thing to add on to that, but I completely forgot. Susano GF is gifting a bunch more subs in my channel.
Yeah.
An absolute animal is Susano.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Is your name also based off of the Smite God?
Yo, they gifted 83 subs to this channel? Holy.
That's wild, dude.
So listen. Susano already knows that a mustache rides in order. It's just a guarantee at this point.
You got to pay your dues, man.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
that's
his name is from Smite. Shoutouts to you. That's my
That's godlike.
name.
godlike.
That's godlike.
A lot of tournaments happened on the first weekend of MK11. We had Naptown Clutch, Northwest Majors, and the out of nowhere return of the Combat Cup, which was something I saw Big D smile. I don't know if it's because he was a part of it or not, but I saw that Big D.
I wasn't a part of it. I'm happy for you. What are you talking about?
No. He was a part of the original Combat Cup season 2. And that was something that the community really loved, and I have gotten, I kid you not, 5,000 questions since.
Wait, who was?
When's it coming back? Big D did season 2 of Combat Cup with us.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
The reason why I'm smiling,
okay,
I'm just gonna, because I know you're gonna bring it up again or eventually. I want to say personally, as someone who was able to watch only some of it, I didn't have a chance to watch all of it. The little bits that I saw, the amount of viewers and how well the stream did, reception-wise, production-wise, everything. I can say that is Stream Me officially under?
100%.
Before I go any further, they don't exist anymore.
It's gone. It doesn't exist.
Thank God you switched to Twitch. Holy shit! It's about time because you guys deserve this 3 years ago when you started with MKX.
Yeah, so
it's about time.
So you know, if you guys watch the broadcast, there's a reason why I thanked our sponsor for it, because guys, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. You guys want me to be completely honest with you real quick? Almost everyone that did Combat Cup doesn't have a job right now, and so we're all sitting around twiddling our thumbs trying to figure life out, and we still wanted to do something. It's what we love to do. We didn't do it necessarily for the money, but it definitely helps that bills have to get paid, and so we the whole team that's behind it, especially the back end guys, are able to put in such great work and found Synapse at the time to give us a little bit of funding for it and put something together for the community, and their reception of it was absolutely incredible. So we're gonna keep trying to work with them, and we're gonna keep trying to work with other partners as well to keep that event going. Like I said, it's something that the original crew wanted to keep doing no matter what. And we got lucky that we were still able to do it financially, I guess what I'm getting at, because we were getting ready to do it for free. Just say fuck it.
Well, for my own health benefit, people that did the Combat Cup this past Sunday, and I'm guessing they're going to be doing it for future ones, judged by how well it did.
Yeah.
Same crew or no? Like,
wait, what?
Same crew?
100%.
I'm assuming. Like,
All of them.
Okay, so literally everyone.
Yep.
Jordan, Maze.
Jordan, no. We have the producer Rickety Rao, and we have Maze and Stokes doing admin and do organizational work, and that's it.
Good.
That's really the entire crew.
I mean, Rick and Jordan, I like Jordan, but still at the same time, like that's it's good to see the same people who put in all the hard work for Combat Cup when it was on streaming just kind of like moved on over.
Yep.
Do it on Jesus Christ, dude, this guy. Like, sorry, I got sidetracked.
Cesaro, I'm gonna need you to chill down, okay? My erection can only get so big before the camera sees it.
Pants are mega tight.
Wait.
I do want to congratulate you on Combat Cup. I think this is literally one of the most perfect things to happen for our community. The rebirth of online tournaments, the way it's supposed to be done, production wise, professionalism, but not overly to the point where we forget our roots. Like I think it's like that right balance between the two. I'm happy for you guys. I'm looking forward to seeing what you bring. I hope this becomes a regular thing. I don't know what you have planned. I'm not asking you to announce anything yet. All I want to know is that
$50,000. No.
So top 8 is next Sunday, correct?
Yo, Maze, let's get it going. Yeah, next Sunday, 4:00 Eastern, right here on this channel, and
okay.
I do not have the top 8 graphic absolutely planned. Yeah, Maze, we got nothing planned. If we're being honest with you, working on stuff.
But the thing is that you don't have to have anything planned right now. The way how that first event go, everything else is just going to kind of fall into place. It will. And you know that.
So, guys, thank you so much for everyone who watched Combat Cup. It was absolutely incredible. Blew our nips off, and blew everyone involves nips off. You know, again, we don't have any nips right now. But looking at it from a competitive side, tournament side, we got to see competitive MK11 at Northwest Majors, Naptown Clutch, and Combat Cup. I will say at Combat Cup, we saw it was either 3 or 4 Summit invited players enter, and only 1 came out in the loser side, and that was it.
Damn.
So that goes to show you where MK11 is this early, is that there were a lot of upsets. And some of them were looking pretty damn good.
As a stan of Hayate, because he's one of my favorite players to watch, he did get sent to losers because he didn't check in on.
You know, he was sleeping.
He did not check in. That being said, made an incredible losers run and had to eliminate the other Summit entry, but they were also the same pool because they may have played on the winner's side. No, they wouldn't have, because Honeybee lost relatively early on the winner's side.
He lost to Mr. J, and then he lost to Hayate. I'm pretty sure.
Jay, who was in winner's side of top 8.
Yep.
No, loser side of top 8, cooking with Katana, who I heard was the worst character in the game.
No.
Well, no. The day
How
one.
could Katana be the worst character in the game? She plays pretty well, dude.
I've heard some wild things in this first week, Amanda. I've heard some wild things.
Dude, Katana players are the fucking worst.
That's
man.
also a straight up fact.
Her mix, like, I mean, it's not like as crazy as it could be, but like she can literally like do like an overhead from like her one like combo string, or she can like go into like fan lift or all different kinds of shit.
Katana players are straight. Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest. Katana players need to level up. I'm sorry, they've been pulling this shit since 2015.
Really,
and then their character got buffed all the way up to the heavens,
and
I still didn't see any.
Wait.
There's
Sonic. I was gonna say there's Katana players besides Sonic.
Dragon.
That's what I'm saying. They're all over Dragon, but then he went Shinnok because reasons.
I mean, yeah, you got it.
The whole point is that they need. It happens every time. Katana is that community that just needs to chill and figure it out. Granted, I played the character before the hotfix or whatever you want to call it day one. Character was bad. I'm not gonna lie to you. Now that character is super solid. Super solid.
Yeah, she got like quote unquote, if we're gonna say like nerfs or buffs, she got buffed. Like,
exactly. She went from being terrible, and I'm comfortable saying that because she was terrible day -3 or whatever. To day 0, day 1. This character could literally compete against anyone in the cast.
Her crushing blow is like mad easy too if you hit confirm the first hit of back 2.
It's so good.
Yeah, just wait until I don't know if anybody watched Sonic's stream when he was playing with Samij, but Samige's Katana
is ridiculous.
This Wednesday, NLBC.
Oh man, okay. I forgot to add the Summit qualifiers to the docket. We'll
I typed it in
Those
there.
are gonna be dope.
Oh my man. Northwest Majors, I only got to watch because of Combat Cup. When Combat Cup ended, I immediately loaded up on some snacks and got prepped for Game of Thrones. So I apologize. I missed out on a lot of the top 8s of Northwest Majors Naptown Clutch. I don't know if you guys watched it. I did see Chris G beat Too Easy, having reset the bracket on him and everything with Noob Saibot. That was Noob Saibot v Sub-Zero. But when I watched pools of Northwest Majors, I saw 20 Cetrions. I kid you not.
Yeah, there's a lot of Cetrions with that tournament.
Dink was up there cooking, and then there was a bunch others. At Northwest Majors, Tweety just absolutely decimated the bracket with Baraka. I mean, I don't think there's any other way to put it. It was
What
like
about Naptown Clutch?
yeah,
Yeah.
Naptown Clutch. It was an absolute clinic by Tweety. So
It was like
It
low-key
was.
kind of boring to watch, as
Yeah, it was.
mean as that kind of sounds.
Yep.
But I was just sitting there playing the game, and I had it on my right monitor. I was like, okay, I can't wait to watch Game of Thrones, because like Tweety did us all a favor and 3-0'd in grand finals and finished at like 850.
And then we were able to go watch
Yeah,
Game of Thrones.
so-
I remember that. We
So-
were sitting in a Discord call.
So I would not have bet that 1 week after, like you know, getting my hands on the game on Tuesday, and there's a tournament this weekend. I would sit back and go, I think Noob Saibot and Baraka are gonna win the first 2 tournaments. I probably wouldn't have told you that.
think-
But we also
okay.
saw Sonic at NLBC. Forgot to mention NLBC happened, and Sonic absolutely cooked with Aaron Black. And
Yep.
that also happened, and Gur getting second with Gears. And with that, those are 2 of the characters that I talk about as upper echelon, Aaron Black and Gears. But I think
Oh,
that,
absolutely.
you know, it was cool to see different talent. We got to see kind of the return of Chris G. There's some really good talent at Northwest Majors. Again, Too Easy, always been a top NRS guy, multiple top 8er, kind of consistent top 16 placer, depending on the size of the event. You've got Dink, who I think won Northwest Majors for MKX. He's really good early on in the game. I think he had Summoner Quan last time around, so it kind of helps out. And he tried to zone himself out again this year. Didn't work out so hot, Dink. Sorry about that, bud. And
You need some faster bats next time.
Day
buddy.
1 Summoner can literally suck a sperm whale penis. That's all I'm going to
Puggles.
say.
Whoa.
Puggles has more medals than half the community. That's crazy.
Because, jeez. Anyways, so that was really cool to see a lot of variety, especially at Northwest Majors. I saw a lot of character variety. I think we saw that in Naptown Clutch's top 8 as well. And we're just going to see it again for Combat Cup's top 8 this weekend.
Yeah,
And-
for
okay,
sure.
so that was my rant. I don't know if you guys want to touch on those 2 top 8s that happened. Or
I think we can.
or Combat Cup pools.
The only thing I want to touch on the Combat Cup top 8 is winners round 1 for top 8 is going to be a Garrus mirror.
Garrus boys.
Yep.
Biohazard versus Deoxys.
There was also 3 Texas boys in Combat Cup top 8 and no Floridians.
Crazy. I should tell you about how today's ranked was for me. I cooked Cusco 3-0, Lord Peanut twice 3-0. Who else was there? Gnarly Gato Alex the other day.
Those
He
are
got
all of
that
our old
quick
heads,
3-0.
bro. I'm talking.
Cusco's literally on your main line. What are you talking about?
Facts though. Okay, first off, we have an Illuminati chat, and it's actually a thing that if any of us run into any Floridians, we're just gonna sandbag and save it all for Combo Breaker, which we don't know if it's happening.
I don't know what it's happening because I was kindly told to, for lack of a better phrase, not actually the wording, but basically told to just fuck off and let it happen. So I haven't
And we're waiting to
tried
see if it
to
happens.
speed anything up, and I actually just DM'd Ominous the other day, like, hey, Combo Breaker's in a month. What's going on here, pal?
Toxin facts.
I don't know shit about what's happening as far as Texas versus Florida goes. I hope it happens.
Organization, dude. It's hard.
So
It's hard when it's not at the forefront of your mind. When you have other priorities, then that's fine. But I think this would be super cool for the community. Let alone, I'm trying to cook Texas. I'm trying to cook.
that's
And
right.
then just end this debate.
I think
once
it's gonna
and
go
for
down
all.
in some form or fashion, no matter what.
I think it
Good
should.
stuff.
I don't need it to be super high esports, dude. This could
See
literally
me at
be
1
1 a.m. in the
casual
venue.
stations. It's
I'm all
a 24-hour. Once everyone goes to bed, let's just throw down the
Yeah.
old-fashioned.
What
way.
Toxin said, I'm just trying to take y'all money. And then you'll all
Also, man,
take
just
it
have
out.
it in your room like you did the Injustice thing with like Decay and them last year.
I don't
whatever.
Even, I don't even remember. Oh wait, we did.
You did Injustice 1.
We did Injustice one. First
I
off,
don't know.
Decay got cooked. I want that on the
I
record.
know. I remember him saying he forgot like how He said he was like trying to talk shit on Aries, dude.
Yeah, trying and then got cooked. Anyways, Eric,
Joking aside,
Eric,
trolling aside, all those guys that I played are awesome. I just think it needs to happen because this is like two of the strongest scenes right now.
So-
and that would be super sick.
I'm gonna blow up one of my guys here, but I love him to death. I also had like a 40-man local. A lot of locals happened over the weekend. It was fucking awesome.
I know you're about to say.
Yeah, we had
I'm
ours.
gonna let you
Oh
say.
yeah,
it.
you're right. All right, so King Gambler's a winner's side top 8 for Combat Cup, and he went to a local the night before, and had to play me round 1, and I 2-0'd him.
Poor kid.
And I
man.
was like, I don't think when I walked up from the station, I'm like, that probably shouldn't have happened. And he still outplaced me, which is kind of sad. But
Wow.
it was really cool to see that quick turnaround of him going from a 40-man local, losing to an old washed up caster in round number 1, to going to winner's top 8 of a 370+ man bracket.
Please tell me you popped off with that.
Oh, not at all.
Select, right?
What? Not at all.
Oh, dude, I would have.
I fucking love Gambler. Gambler, if you're watching, I absolutely love you. No, there was a lot of unfamiliarity of Cordal, and I threw every gimmick in the book at him. I'm a gimmick master, man.
Oh, so you did a string into unblockable?
I did a string unblockable. I Oki'd unblockable. I did wave dash unblockable. I don't even give a fuck, man.
Bro,
I'm
by the
fucking-
way, quick
Unblockable.
spin. Cordal's wave dash is the scariest thing in the game.
It's fucking frightening.
Yeah,
The
him
way
and
how he
I
did
think
that.
Shao
goes-
Kahn's is pretty fast too.
He goes, and you're like, bro, chill. But that being said, any
And-
button he presses is gonna take 8 years. So just
Yeah.
fucking swing on my man's.
Anyway.
So those are really cool. Coming up this weekend, there's a fuck ton. And I think that all 3 of you have something going on this weekend. If each of you want to talk on it, Big D, I put in there. I didn't know if yours was going on this weekend or not. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, I just recently started up the South Florida locals again. Versus we do it every Wednesday. Stream starts at about 8. It's gonna happen again this week. The thing is with locals, and I think we can all agree on this. Locals happen as long as there's support. So if there's not going to be support, there's not going to be a local. It's a really simple, formula. So yeah, locals here are still going. As long as people keep going, everything's good. But the moment people stop showing up, it's going to be a rip. But yes, I do have.
Tell us about it.
I don't know. Every day, I'm not going to go into that. Every Wednesday, 8 p.m. That's when the tournament starts. I mean, I don't have to explain who's from Florida. Like Gross and KP and
who?
What's up in South Florida at least. I'm even going into North Florida.
Where is it? Where is it? When is it? And if people are in that area, go to it.
Pompano Beach versus Gaming Center, right off of Sample Road. If you're familiar with the area. Every Wednesday, registration starts at 7 p.m. Tournament starts at 8. Goes to about 12. Places open till 2 in the morning to play casuals afterwards, money matches, whatever. That's it. That's it. It's really simple. Just go and support your locals. That's all.
Where can they watch it?
Twitch.tv/VSGC.
Bam.
I'll type it as someone else is talking.
There you go.
I'll run mine really quick. So Montreal barely ever had locals, but MK is huge and people wanted to bring it back. So I decided to work with one of our local Smash guys who runs the whole community here. For those that don't know, the Smash community in Montreal is one of the biggest in Canada. Their locals for Smash have 120 person brackets, if that says anything. So yeah, we're working with him. We're gonna have a big turnout. We'll have people like me, Ayate, Ekidus, Zaf, and a bunch of new faces. For the online players, Kamasi Reborn. He was a nutcase Kenshi player.
Yeah, Kamasi was great.
Yeah, he was a nut. He was not.
That was
Hey,
Hayate's
hey,
Padawan,
Hey,
wasn't it?
he
was.
He entered online tournaments, and guess what being a nut is? Incredible.
I know it works.
Yeah,
he also
exactly.
almost beat Dragon at CEO 2016.
I remember that.
Wow.
Yeah, we'll be there. If you're from Montreal, Quebec, or somewhere like Plattsburgh, anywhere within the hour, and you have nothing better to do on a Friday night, pull up. We're starting tournament at 8, registration at 7. I tweeted out the address. I actually don't remember the address off the top of my head. Yeah, whatever. I tweeted it. I don't know the Twitch it'll be on. It might be on mine, which would be twitch.tv/mtljair, or it'll be on their Twitch, which I'll just tweet out. But yeah, if you're around there, you should go, because supporting locals is rough, and I've tried to run locals since MK9, literally from just me and Zaf, and we've come a long way. So
I
keep
feel
going.
that.
There you go. All right, there's a big one down in Atlanta, Amanda. If you want to tell them about it, we've already told them about it, but tell them about it again.
Okay, so I'm helping. I'm running the Earthrealm Dojo. I'm having local TOs help me with it from Gwinnett Brawl and Data FGC. The stream will be on twitch.tv/Data FGC. Should be a really good production. We're gonna have Mr. Aquaman on the mic for it. Probably me and some other people joining him at different times during the stream. And yeah, so we're having MK11. It starts at 3, and registration on site is only for a half hour from 2 to 2:30, which is in cash. So if you're planning to go, you probably want to pre-register online. It's way easier. You can pay with PayPal or card. Also, it is a Tekken World Tour dojo stop. So if you play Tekken and you want to play MK also, or if you just want to play Tekken, you can go and it counts towards the points for the Tekken World Tour. And we're going to have also Street Fighter 5 and MKX as well. So it should be a really good time. We're going to have a raffle there for a custom MK11 fight stick made by a local company called Junk Food Arcade Customs. You can also go on Matcherino /T/Earthrealm Dojo if you want to purchase a shirt to support the pot for the tournament. But the pot is already at $1,000 no matter what. So this just adds to it and adds to what the people playing can have. And I also have a first, second, and third place medal that I had made for the people who win.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Oh, and it's free comic book day, and I'm working on making sure to at least have like 2 or possibly 3 comics for every person, or at least the first 100 people that walk through the door.
Ooh.
That's godlike.
Yeah.
That's
Does
godlike.
that count if you're staff?
Yeah.
All right. I just want to throw that out there. I just need to ask, just get it out there, because who doesn't like a free comic?
And
book?
we're working
If
to
you-
see if we can have Star Wars playing on one of the TVs since it's May the 4th.
Ooh, yeah, that's true.
Damn.
Listen,
So we're going hard.
if you don't like a free comic book, look in a mirror. Reevaluate. Just saying. Anyways, yeah, it's gonna be bumping. I can't wait for it. I'll be there. I know a lot of people that are going. I know Tennessee's coming down for it.
Yeah, Forever King will be there. Slayer, Infinity.
Infinity. I think some in Florida might come up.
Yeah, I think
maybe.
the OD boys were talking about it. I don't know if they're actually going or not, but
I'll have a word with them. Just to, you know, a little bit of.
Guido's coming up with a car full from Tennessee,
Tennessee.
right? Yeah. I know Max was saying he's coming up, so
Yeah,
should
it's gonna be awesome.
good time.
And I will say, as a caster, I meant to touch on this in Combat Cup. I know that some of the commentary can be kind of weird. It's because we're still learning the game, and I try to be as honest when I say I don't know what the fuck is this character does, and trying to figure it out. But it's definitely weird. I've never casted the game the first week that it comes out, and that was a new experience for me. And
It ain't easy.
yeah, there's a lot that I don't know, but it did feel good when there was a character that I did know, like say Aaron Black was on the screen. I picked up Aaron Black in 5 minutes, and you can too if you want to win. But so when there was a character that I knew what was going on, it felt really good to cast again. But you know that unfamiliarity I hope isn't that awkward to hear from a caster. And you know we're working on it as best I can, and I'm sure every other caster is as well. To try to find our groove and learn all these characters and all these variations, because it's a lot to take in within just a week. So I do apologize if there's a little bit of weirdness, and I hope that at Earthrealm Dojo is the same. Next weekend I'll be in Atlanta for Earthrealm Dojo, and then coming back here Sunday morning to do Combat Cup in the evening. Top 8 for Combat Cup is going to be at 4:00 on this channel as well. So it's gonna be bumping for MK11 competitive. I mean, from day one on, it seems like it's just not gonna end. I don't know about you guys, but it's really cool.
Yeah. Big D, what was, if you can type in chat for
Yeah, I'm doing it
Shodoken.
right now.
Okay, cool. And then if you're in the northeast area, there is a local that Miguel Darth Arma and I believe Costner are both putting on for New Jersey, and that's happening this weekend too. It's called New Jersey Combat.
I have a graphic. I will. I will try to pull it up. I can't pull it up because it is in our call. Son of a. I might be able to find it. Just keep talking about it. My bad.
I'm not sure about the details of it, and I don't know their venue for this one, but I believe isn't there a Twitter for it? Like isn't there
New
literally
Jersey
a New Jersey
Combat?
Combat Twitter?
It's
Yeah.
Is it Combat NJ?
It might be Combat NJ. I know
Sounds
they have a
about right.
Twitter for it, and if you're from the Northeast, you'll definitely want to check that one out. I'm sure like people like Gurr will be going to that. Sonic, if he's not like flying out to this one or whatever. I feel like we're gonna see like some random person that like didn't say anything online about coming to the Earthrealm one that's gonna just show up that we didn't expect.
Yeah, it's the best way to do it.
Well, I mean, it's like if you know like or have the confidence that you can win first place, it's like worth it to just fly out too. But if
Yeah,
you
for
don't
sure.
know, then who knows, right?
I don't know, I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes. I mean, it looks like everything's all set in stone, so
Yeah, it'll
I'm
be
looking forward to
interesting.
it. I'll be watching the stream for sure.
I'm wondering how Decay is gonna do against like higher level people and stuff too, because he won our first weekly here
Nice.
with Jax.
He's playing.
So-
Wait, is he playing Jax or Shao Kahn?
He's playing both, but Jax is better, so he's playing Jax.
I mean, that's facts. So that's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
So he's been playing Jax a lot.
I'm so sorry that I didn't have it loaded. I did have it saved on my other PC, which I don't currently have. I'm so sorry for not having it loaded. Costner and Miguel, but this is a link to the tweet of the new flyer. It is also going to be
definitely.
May 4th. It's at the Cambria Hotel in West Orange, New Jersey.
Nice.
Twitch.tv/Darth Arma, and the first place winner gets registration to defend the North.
Cool.
That's godlike.
Yeah, if you're out that way, that's like a really good thing.
Yeah, up in the Northeast, that's one of the biggest tournaments, and it's Combat NJ on Twitter. So shout outs to them, Darth Arma, Costner, and I know there's a couple other guys behind it doing their thing. They're really worried about the stream with the PS4s having to be online, so they're working on that as well, just like every other tournament organizers.
Yeah.
I'm sure Amanda's already had our tech.
I'm keeping fingers crossed that there's a hot fix out for that by the weekend.
I actually meant to test that
it's in-
today to see if
It's
they would
important. Yeah, I mean the hot fix today could have that in it. I don't know if it is or isn't in it. So
I
hope it's soon.
I think in the Reddit thread, they like it was written that all the changes that happened in the hotfix were integrated into the game, like into the base game now.
You'd have to do some testing to make sure that's accurate.
Yeah.
Somebody else
Yeah.
could do that.
I'll actually do it as we're talking. Let me cut the cord on my PlayStation while we do this. But what was next on the event list? I know that Summit's coming up. I know that there's a couple of
community Discord. So I revitalized the community Discord that Guido made during Injustice. Guido made a really nice NetherRealm Discord that you can go to talk about tournaments, talk about different characters, talk to people in your region. There's a lot of people on it, and I figured even though NetherRealm now has like an official Discord for like MK, that one's kind of a mess, and there's a lot of people on there who could care less about like competitive. So this is like a really good thing for like the competitive community and everything. And I'll post a link in chat for it if anyone in chat would like to join it. But I basically deleted all the MKX channels and made a new list of MK11 ones, and I left the Injustice 2 stuff there too because there's a lot of tech posted in those early on. So just in case, and then obviously if there's ever another game we can delete those and keep making room. But
that's what's good
for
about,
now,
that's what's good about that Discord is that you have it broken down into areas too, where you can meet people from your area in that Discord, which is really cool if you guys are trying to find not only just trying to find people near you, but you might potentially have a scene near you that you don't know about, or look to build a scene yourself. Because that it really can start with as little as two people, two people meeting up and playing a game, and it really can start that way. I've seen it happen. I've seen it.
Okay, so Maze is saying that it was in the latest update today, the thing we were talking about. I think that's what he's saying.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually trying it right now.
That'd be good just to make sure. Even then, like nothing really changes if it's not fixed yet. It just means hopefully that they come out with a fix for it, because that's going to be really important. That's a huge hurdle that TOs are going to have to figure out a way around, especially thinking about Combo Breaker, which is really so close. I mean, not even a month away at this point.
Dude.
And with how
like,
fast time has been going, it's right around the corner. So hopefully they have a way to have that hotfix available for stations that are not connected online, because otherwise that's going to be a tragedy of an event.
Yeah, I think it's okay.
All my stuff is working offline right now.
Okay,
Perfect.
good. So that maybe it did get fixed today, which is good, because that was a priority that needed to happen.
Yeah,
Awesome stuff.
I had confidence that they would address something like that very quickly.
Of course,
they know that's very important. People can complain about like certain characters all day, but like when it comes to like functionality, they're on it.
Mm-hmm.
Also too, like I saw somebody like trying to hate on like the look of the game and stuff like that. Dude, like as soon as I dove into this game, I was talking earlier about how like all the customizable like skins and stuff that you can have. Dude, people were saying like the women aren't sexy and stuff like that. Dude, Katana's like got all these costumes that are like mad good looking on her. Jackie has this sexy ass dress that she wears. And like Scarlet, like they all like at least have like an alternative that's like not as like covered as everyone thinks they are in the game.
All right, I'm gonna say something pretty weird here. I was looking at Katana kind of weird during Combat Cup. She was looking kind of good. All right,
You're an idiot.
I'm gonna come on and say it.
What a dumb.
She was looking fucking great. All right.
You're a fucking
Katana.
It was.
Somebody said she needs her job back.
Whoa. I'm just saying it was giving me Kate Beckinsale in Underworld vibes.
Okay.
Just that skin tight leather. It was looking pretty good.
Relax.
Bruh.
For all you boner culture bros out there, it was
Jesus. I just heard that.
It was still A-okay.
Hey girl, I like the way you throw them fans.
I'm glad you approve, Aquaman.
I'm just saying.
That's what we wanted tonight.
There was a good moment where I stopped casting just to go. But hey, okay. On the flip side, I do the same thing when I see Kodokan's thighs. I'm like,
All right.
Brandon,
but I agree. I agree.
Sub-Zero in a Speedo. God, the image in my head right now.
All right. Well, just go to if you want Sub-Zero in a Speedo, all you have to do is tweet at NRS Nick Nicastro. All right, NRS Nicastro, and ask him to make Sub-Zero in a Speedo. Do it now.
I don't want that.
Type Lord Nick, please. Put Sub-Zero in a Speedo. It's my dream and desire. That's all you have to say to him.
It's so simple. It's crazy how I just didn't realize how easy it is.
It really is that easy because they listen.
Yeah, it's because we're blessed with a development team that will listen to all of our needs and desires. That's fantastic. Shout outs to them.
Real quick, I wanted to mention the Summit qualifiers. Which is NLBC and Wednesday Night Flights. Is that this Wednesday?
This Wednesday.
Yeah. This Wednesday. The last 2 spots for the Summit of Time are going to be solidified, and 2 weekends from now is going to be the Summit of Time. So it is getting down to the wire. NLBC is going to be a major. Wednesday Night Fights is probably going to be a major when it comes to talent. We're going to see everybody. This is going to be our first. I think as big as Combat Cup was, 370 plus. I think there's going to be more bigger names at NLBC and Wednesday Night Fights.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I have a feeling Rewind's gonna. Let's all before we wrap up too, just say who we think's gonna win each. Because I was gonna do that anyways.
All right, so who do you think's gonna win each?
I think Rewind's for sure the West Coast one. I think hands down it's Rewind.
Interesting.
East Coast. I think it's going to be either, because I think he's going there now. I think it's going to be either Biohazard or Samij.
Okay.
So.
I'm going to go ahead and say that for West Coast. I mean, obviously, this is me not being biased. I'm not going to be biased.
Wait,
if I was biased, I would say Toxin's
winning.
winning.
Not.
What?
No,
yeah,
Toxin? I didn't know you were going Toxin.
Rewind
you have
can't
a chance.
make it because of school.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Bio's going to West Coast, by the way. Like, he
Oh,
already did that.
okay. I didn't know because I was trying to help Bio like get flights to the West Coast one, and he missed the opportunity to get them really cheap.
Mm.
Nah,
I
he's still
didn't know.
going.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nope,
he's
I'll
going.
remember this. Okay, Juan.
I want Toxin to win. Obviously, the dude's like one of my best
Yeah,
friends.
now that I know he's going, I want him to win too.
But obviously, that would be boring for me to say. So
Got him.
with Toxin out of it, like let's just pretend that he's not going, and I'm not going to be biased. I think people are sleeping on MIT.
Ooh,
I
Is
think
he
people
going?
are going. He's 100% going.
What one are they going to?
Wednesday Night Fights.
Oh,
They're
okay.
they're going to Cali because they're Vegas boys. I mean, it's not that far away from them.
Yeah.
I don't think Theo is going. I'm pretty sure he's not going. I've heard rumors that Slayer is going to Wednesday Night Fights instead. Not to mention, Happy Pow is also traveling to Wednesday Night Fights, which I think could be interesting.
Yeah.
That's
On the
crazy,
East
dude.
Coast side?
He's going from France.
He's literally going from France to Wednesday Night Fights. And on the East Coast side, I think Sonic Fox is going to win, but I think because he's already in there, I think second place will be Samij. I don't know if like Silver Eye or any of them are going. I don't
Ride's
think
going.
Oh,
he's-
that's true.
Is he
Ryan is
actually
taken
going?
too.
I would like to see Rye win.
Yeah,
I think that'd be
his
cool.
Liu Kang's looking solid, dude.
Yeah, he's been playing really well. It's weird though because like East Coast is gonna have so many people that are in the summit already. Like Sonic is going
Yes,
to
Dragon.
compete. Dragon is going to compete. We're not even mentioning Gur or like any other.
Yeah, no, I was thinking Gur too is like I was just like trying to think of like random show ups too. Like
Gur is
I
my
feel
pick
like
for-
Gur's the local like hero there, I think, like that isn't already in.
Yeah.
But like invaders that are coming to there, I like Samij would be like my choice for that just because he's like, you know, he's somebody that I think a lot of people forget about,
Right.
even though they shouldn't because he's always up there, the top people.
I'm pulling for Gur. East NLBC is just going to be a fucking bloodbath, man. Like, there's so many players going that are like, whether they've placed in the past, whether they've been just on the cusp and they're playing well now. Like, you know, Gur had his big come up during Injustice 2. You have other people doing well, like Emperor Combat's going. He just
Combat's
knocked
cooking right
Spawn
now.
to losers at Combat Cup.
He
So,
also
like,
took a
he's
game
doing
off Sonic
pretty
in
well.
NLBC with that Johnny Cage.
Okay, so like this guy, you know, there's all these other people that are going. God forbid, we don't even know who's traveling. That's like in the like maybe even Texas. That's even going to show up there. Like you don't know. So
Yeah.
I think East Coast is going to be way more stacked, but it's too hard to call. I'll take
Deoxys
the
could
safe
show
bet,
up.
and the Ox I think is going to Wednesday Night Fights. I think. I don't know.
Damn.
I'm not sure. I mean, if I was going to one, I would pick Wednesday Night Fights
Oh,
because
yeah,
East
100%.
Coast is an actual bloodbath.
Yeah, I
Like
would.
West
I would
West
go to
Coast isn't
LBC.
free.
I think it's surprising
it's
you're letting
freer
people
than NLBC.
compete that are in.
Because at the end of the day, it's a local with money involved. So
Yeah,
I don't
so
know.
the Summit guys did allow it, and it's whoever finishes highest that isn't going to Summit.
Part of the reason I think Samij will win that spot because Sonic is going to do everything in his power to gatekeep everybody else in his way.
That's
So,
why I think that people shouldn't be allowed to if they're already in.
It'd be like that sometimes.
It do
you
be
know?
like that sometimes. I will say that for the East Coast, I think that it's going to come down to a few people, and it's all going to come down to matchup knowledge. I like Gur as a betting man. If I were to take my wallet and throw it down, I might put it on Gur for the simple fact that he has become one of, if not, one of the top players of our competitive scene, especially with Injustice 2, and he plays the character Gearus.
Fucking Gary.
That does a lot of work on top of that. I don't know how to say this without sounding anywhere close to. He plays a dumb character. Gur is a
Yeah,
top player
100%
that plays a
does.
dumb character. That's a winning formula. If I've ever seen one.
Yeah.
If Samij comes in with Katana, if Gur doesn't have the matchup experience, can get cooked with the skill level that Samij has as a top.
By the way,
Upper echelon
Samij
player.
has been hanging out with Sonic all week.
And Sonic has been playing Gearus.
Exactly. So he's going to be ready for Garrus.
I think it's going to come down to if Gur knows that matchup and if he's ready, and
You better be ready.
we'll see, because like I said, the winning formula is there for a lot of these guys, and I'm really impressed with what I've seen out of Gur. I haven't seen Samij yet, and that's what it could come down to is he's coming in like a cerebral assassin.
Mm-hmm.
Are we also forgetting the Baraka that Gur also has too? If he
Ooh.
I didn't know he had a
Does he
Baraka.
still play that?
I don't think there's no reason to
You
play
can't
Baraka,
forget
though.
Baraka. Forward 4.
Listen,
Gutted.
Baraka's, even though Garrus is probably the better of the two, Baraka's still really strong. For sure.
I think well, yeah, definitely Baraka's super strong. I just think like judging both of the tools, I think Garrus is literally he does everything Baraka can do and more, like from full screen with the sand traps and all that other stuff.
Hey, Big D. Maja said that Samij has been at Sonic's house since Saturday morning.
Yeah, I know they've been grinding because Sonic has been streaming offline casuals with Samij.
Yeah, crazy.
So they're grinding first adepts since Saturday.
That's a
Because
long time.
With Sonic, which is like all the experience you could ever want.
They're
you
both
know.
on May 1st, right?
Yeah, they're both on the same day,
Uh,
which I'm happy for because otherwise people go to both. and
for
that's
what
just stupid.
for Wednesday night fights, I'm honestly I don't have a favorite for Wednesday night fights. I think that someone's gonna win it, and I'm not gonna be surprised if they win it. But I don't have a clear favorite. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't for Wednesday night fights.
No, it's too hard to call both of them. It really is. But it's
Well,
going to be
now-
awesome to watch, so I'm
The
looking forward to it.
Bloodbaths. I just want to sit back with some popcorn and enjoy the show, which is
Oh, yeah.
exactly what I'm gonna do.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
Wednesday's a good day for NRS community.
I'm going to sit back and just watch everyone.
Watch
just
everyone
go-
else kill each other. Yeah, is essentially what's
yeah.
gonna happen.
I can't wait for the salt, dude.
I'm
That's
excited. Keep one monitor on the stream, the other one on Twitter, because the two are just going to be so synergized with each other. I'm looking forward to it.
Jer, how about you? I don't know if you.
I mean, East Coast is whatever. It's probably going to be Sonic Dragon top 2 with like Neej probably in third, or Rai or Gur. Like, I don't know. For Wednesday night fights, it could be Toxin. He just won a tournament. Like, I know it was kind of like more of a local, but he beat King
Twice.
at that tournament twice, right? So yeah,
With was it Noob versus Shao Kahn?
it was New versus Kung Lao.
Ooh, I was about to say.
Apparently, he went Shao Kahn for a bit and then went to Lao.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen it yet.
I think I didn't know Malik was going to Wednesday night fights, so he's kind
I'm
of like
pretty
up
sure
there.
he is.
My thoughts are either Toxin or Bio are gonna win. Bio is
Okay.
playing like insanely well right now,
Yeah.
and he's playing a character that's way better than a lot of the characters he's played in the past. So,
Isn't he
Very
playing
true.
Garrus?
Top
Yeah.
player with a top character.
so
Funny how that works.
no, I know, but like we already know how good he is. So just give him one of the best characters in the game that suits his playstyle and
Whoops.
enjoy. I think that's gonna happen. I mean,
Both of them in winners top 8 of Combat Cup and playing each other, I believe, right out of the gate.
Yep. Versus the
him and
Oxus, right there.
him and Gur. But
Oh, wait.
but
Oh,
Deoxys
yeah,
as well.
that's right.
I don't know who's on what side.
3 Garruses in top 8. That's crazy, huh?
I forgot. I completely forgot the winner side looked like already. I'm not gonna lie to you. with this.
All I know is that Deoxys and Bio are playing in the first round. Of
They're-
top
they're
8,
playing the first
and
round,
that's a
okay.
mirror right there. Yeah. So
that's all I got though. I don't know, or there could just be somebody random that pulls up and mops everybody. I have no
which
idea.
is very true.
Oh,
It's super possible that could happen.
What if
Gur
low
is not in
key?
there. I lied right to your face. It was Deoxys I was thinking of. I lied right to your face.
What
I
if
was gonna say,
Wow.
I
Liar!
actually never pictured Deoxys as a Gearus main.
never pictured Deoxys in top
Yeah.
8.
Wow,
that's
crazy.
yo?
Come on,
Okay.
it's a joke. He got top 8 at SCR.
Honestly,
It's fine.
before this dude said it in the chat, I was gonna say the big brain read is Chris G wins Wednesday night fights.
Ooh.
I would
Oh.
literally die after everything that just
That's
After
big
happened.
brain.
all
jaw
the
would
shit?
drop.
Dude, and then
I-
him versus Tweety in the summit, if that happened.
Oh,
I would love
my
everything
God.
about it.
I never realized I needed something in my life. I never realized that. Just to put the fact that Tweety and Tyrant are going to be sitting in a room together is already great. to
Imagine
me.
Tweety, Tyrant, and Chris G in a room.
Tweety, Tyrant, Chris G right in a room. Maybe PL's one of the guys that bought the $1,000 thing to just show up at the
He's
summit.
just in the
Put all
background.
them in the room. Oh my God, man. Oh,
This sounds like a stand-up comedy
Oh, no.
skit. So
Oh, what a fucking dream!
Tweety walks into a room and there's
Best mafia of all
Tyrant.
time. Right there.
They're just
And
all
then-
making
then
eye
he looks to
contact
the
the
right.
whole time. Oh my god, that'd be fantastic.
and there's Chris G and he's like, "When's Marvel?"
Oh god, that'd be fantastic. I wish. We know it's not gonna happen. There's no way PL's one of those guys. But Tweety and Tyrant's gonna be super sick to see the interaction between them. And then if Chris G gets that miracle Hail Mary path and manages to win,
I'd love it.
that'd be great. That'd be so sick.
Tom
We'll see.
Brady.
2 more days. 2 more days.
Tom Brady wins NLBC.
Ooh.
He's got
What?
the character for it. Sub is fucked up too.
What? Just that sentence. What a storyline that would be for our scene, though. Like, you know,
What?
everyone has their likes and dislikes about Tom Brady, but if Tom Brady were to win something like that, there would be eruption in our scene. And it would be fantastic.
I'd be jumping with joy.
Yeah.
Personally.
I mean, he's
It'd be
coming,
ridiculous.
dude. He's coming.
I'm coming.
That would be so
one
good.
day, dude.
I want to see.
One
I want to
day.
see a gas station video popping off about some of the time.
The days,
Like,
the golden days.
you guys doubted me.
This is the first thing I want to hear. Some of the time, the mustard is off the hot dog, baby. We're going.
I can't wait.
You're gonna all fucking see.
Tell me you wouldn't want to at least see interactions between Tom and like everyone else.
Look at
the
that
summit.
knee.
Look at
I
that
would
name.
pay just to hear all of that stuff just on stream at the summit. I would. Not to mention, he does have a good character, and it like Tom is Tom. Like he could still pull things
Bro,
off.
Yeah.
he'll go and he'll not win with Sub, and then he'll be like, Sub-Zero's ass.
It's a
Look at
win-win.
that.
right?
Look at
He
this.
either
Did you guys
does
see my
really
options?
well, he either does
You guys see
really
that?
well, and
You
everything's
fucking, you took
cool.
away Clone. What am I gonna do?
Doesn't function properly.
Not functioning properly. Nick Castro, fix this.
Guess what
Oh.
happens if they guess right? I get punished. I love it. The way Tom Brady talks is so good. I love Tom Brady.
I've
love Tom Brady
enjoyed.
also.
I've caught him on Rio's channel and chat with him a couple times with the game.
Yep.
Been good.
So, I think the last thing on our docket was that there was a combat cast post-launch where they addressed some of the difficulties of the Towers of Time and the currency system. They've made changes to it, and it's already gone live. It wasn't live when I wrote the script, and then it went live shortly after. Everyone go.
Yeah, I've already
Yeah,
experienced
blown
it
through 'em all.
firsthand. It's fantastic.
500,000 coins, I think 500 hearts, 1,000 souls, and 500 time gems. I forgot what
Time
that
crystals, yeah.
time crystals. I forgot what that one was called. So log in, get those, enjoy them. Check out the Towers of Time. They should be easier on you guys, and you get a lot more for doing them. So shout outs to them for making that adjustment on the fly. That's what a lot of the casual and even competitive audience complained about, because we're trying to grind these skins to look good and the brutalities to look good winning. And
Yep.
and they listened immediately and made that fix. So shout out to NetherRealm for doing that. Enjoy all those new things. I went into the crypt and blew through all of it immediately and got a bunch of new shit. And I can't wait to grind some Towers of Time as well. But that was the final thing on the night, guys. If you guys have any closing thoughts on MK11 since launch.
I want to play.
Yeah, I'm literally at the moment this call ends, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
go online and do timeless
Yeah.
showers. So
I'm gonna
Um,
do Towers and Crypt.
yeah, that's literally all I'm gonna do. I don't feel like playing like hardcore sets tonight, but like it's super fun, super addicting. Thank you, NetherRealm, for listening to everybody.
Yeah, man.
Because we do bitch and complain a lot, and I'm happy that you're listening to the right stuff and the right people.
Also, the biggest launch in like MK history. So shouts to Warner Brothers for their marketing as well, on top of everything.
Oh yeah.
I
They did a really
that's
good
something
job.
that's overshadowed is the fact that Warner Brothers is involved and does a lot. If not, I think all of the marketing now for the game, NetherRealm makes it and they kind of distribute. And so it's a really good duplicitous edge of NetherRealm and Warner Brothers that made this such an epic launch for our scene and for the Mortal Kombat legacy in general. So shout outs to both teams of Warner
Yes.
Brothers and
A
NetherRealm.
lot of other things aside, the launch did go pretty smooth. It did. All things considered, not
Yeah.
talking about currency or anything like that, but like gameplay wise and servers wise, it did go swimmingly for a while. It got a little bit of a few hiccups, speed bumps, whatever. But for the most part, it went really solid. And no one has
It got great
complained
reviews,
really. Yeah, about gameplay, no one's really complaining about it because there's not a lot to complain about. Balance, we all have our opinions, and that's what they are, their opinions. But as far as functionality of online, it's perfect.
Yep.
And I think that's like the biggest priority, and they did a great job. And I'm excited to see what else they do. I have a lot of theories on the crypt once DLC starts rolling out. Not going to get into that. It's a conversation for another time. But I'm excited. Thank you. And yeah, let's fucking get out of here.
All right,
Trying to
guys.
play.
That was episode 7 of New Outworld Order. Thank you to all you guys for being here, Romanova, Jur, and Big D, giving your thoughts on MK11 since the launch. We will be back in a couple of weeks. I don't know what we're gonna do schedule-wise since we skipped a week. We'll talk about that internally, because we've all been busy off of our minds since launch. So, guys, sorry about that. We'll get it straightened out. There's a new Twitter as well. To give a follow. So Romanova, shouts to you if you wanna close on that.
Yeah, so I had a Twitter from when I did my Red Ribbon podcast, and since I'm no longer doing that and we're doing this and it's pretty successful, I decided to revamp it, and now it's twitter.com/ I was going to say CombatCast, but it's definitely not that. It's Outworld Cast
Outworld Cast.
with a K.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and put it in the chat as well.
Yeah. So give it a follow.
I got
Keep up to date with it. That way you can see, if you keep notifications on that, we're not going to be posting too crazy on it. Mostly it'll be like retweets supporting people in the community, and then tweet out
Probably
when we do our podcast and events. Yeah.
Yep. So give that a follow. Instead of being more updates from our personal channel, we'll try to keep it all there. Our bad in that we haven't made that switch yet fully. So like I said, it's been really hectic since the games come out. There's events getting organized. There's a game to be played. There's learning going on. So thank you so much for being here, guys. We will see you on the next episode 8. Probably in 2 weeks from now. What would you guys say?
Yeah. Let's say 2 weeks from now. Follow that Twitter account. We'll know when we're getting ready. We'll post in there when we have the set date. Just in case anything changes, we're going to say 2 weeks from today because we used to do it every other Monday. Just the release kind of like screwed things up. But let's shoot for 2 weeks from today.
Summit's in 2 weeks, right?
Summit is in...
Yeah.
Okay, so the Monday
that's
after
over the weekend.
No, but I meant the Monday after the Summit would be the perfect day to do it, which is 2 weeks from now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, okay, so that's literally the perfect time because you can cover something.
So we'll cover everything about the summit, and then we'll probably start talking a lot of hype moving into combo breakers because by then it'll be 2 weeks.
It'll be 2 weeks away, dude.
It'll be 2 weeks away, and we will have had Earthrealm Dojo, all the weeklies to talk about the summit qualifiers, and then the summit itself. So, guys, see you in 2 weeks for episode 8 of the New Outworld Order. Have a wonderful night. And thank you so much for watching. I don't have an outro screen, so that is where I will probably clip it for the YouTube. And if you guys just want to shoot the breeze for a couple of minutes while I pick someone to host, baby, let's go.